and they were so petrified because they didn't have their brothers with them no more, and they were let known right off the bat that we don't care if you're so and so one percenter, and here you're fucking nobody. You're a man, and you best man up, and you don't get to have 30 of your brothers back you up. This is a one on one. We're handling business up in here. So normally what I saw was, if you was a white dude, you roll with the white car. If
Yep.
you were black, you roll with the black car. If you were brown, you roll with the brown crowd car. Yeah, and that's basically what it was. Even if you were in a gang, that's how you rolled. You rolled with your colors. Like when I went in, I tried. Hollywood will laugh. When I went in at first, I only had 6 months to do in the joint when I went in, right? So I go in and I'm like, you know what? I'm claiming neutron. Even though I
Yeah.
wasn't a neutron, I said, I'm claiming neutron. I don't want no trouble. I don't want to get put in no bullshit. I just want to do my little old 6 months and go home. And that lasted about a month until one of my homies from my neighborhood came in there and he's like, "What's up, folks?" And comes running up on me. And I'm like, "Bro, shut up, bro. Shut up." And now everybody knew who I was. So then I had to get involved in the politics and everything. And even though I was white, I rode with Latin folks. I rode with with the brown car because that's who I was. That's who I belonged to. I was in a Latin gang. So and the white brothers, that they hated it. They got mad as soon as I came in. Hey brother, hey, what's up, brother? Brother this and brother that. I ain't your freaking brother, dude.
Right.
Until they had a guard come to my cell and get me out of my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they brought me into the officer's kitchen, and that's where a certain white car had their breakfast every morning.
Right.
And they walked me in there because they were trying to get me to kick it with them, even though they knew I rode with the brown car. They were trying to get me to kick it with them because I was white. And I walk in there and I'm like totally like, man, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Screw you, you racist assholes. Like I was all about screw you, right? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I walked in that officer's kitchen where they had their meals and they were having steak and eggs, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage. I mean, it was going down, man. I walked in there and I was like, "Hey, brother, what's up, brother?"
Yeah,
I changed my tone real quick, dude. I was like, "You know what, man?
You
The
know what?
Brown brothers ain't eating like that."
Even in in Cook County, man, I did some there, and Cook County, dude, they were shivering. You
Yeah,
know,
but I
so
also remember back in the day. So an old brother of mine, he was in a club, a big 1% club that would be out by you, Carlos. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And he when he was in, where the hell was he at? I want to say, well, he was in Stateville. I was in Stateville too, but he was in Stateville and then he was in Menard, I believe. And I don't know if this is a back in the day thing or if it still goes on. And I forget exactly what it was called. It was like Motorcycle Brotherhood, like MB or something like that. And it
yeah, that
was, a lot of the different club guys kind of got together and had their own little car, kind of. But yeah, they weren't on the map or nothing, I don't think.
no, no, that well, my kid's doing that 30-year bit right now. They don't have that
Right.
by him, but
Where's he at?
he's at Western right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the thing that people don't realize. Like I said, motorcycle clubs, if they're mixed or something, if you go to jail, I mean prison,
Yeah,
don't
you're
work.
rolling with your race.
But
well,
that's why
And
when
and
people,
my biggest problem's always been, and I speak from obvious experience because I've been both on the street, I've been in the joint, is I've never understood and I've always gotten pissed at it. The fact that no matter what club we're in or gang, when we go to prison, we have to get along with our enemies, and we get along with them just fine. Our rivals and all that. Like sometimes, you'll have Latin Kings and you'll have Maniac Latin Cobras, or Maniac Latin Cobra, really Maniac Latin
White Rose.
Disciples. Like you'll have them two. They'll hang out together because they're brown,
they have
and
to.
it's
All that street
and they're
shit.
not at war in there. But then the minute we get out, now we're going to war. Same with the clubs, man. You'll have an angel in there, an outlaw in there, and you'll have a galloping goose or whatever, and they're all cool with each other. And it's like, if you can be cool in there, why can't we be cool on the street, man? What changes? Why do we got to go on the street and start acting a fool? And now we're gonna end up right back in the joint where we just got along. Like
Hmm.
it just, I don't know. It never made sense to me.
Well. That's the way the world rolls, man.
Yeah, it's money and drugs, man.
That's
Money
what
and
it's
greed,
about.
I should say.
Well, that's one thing somebody asked me that was why do you keep on saying that, dominance or club guys, they're not on the same level as far as the street hierarchy. I was like, they're clubs.
No,
That's what they are. Yeah,
They're
you
not
might have
gangs.
a couple guys doing stupid stuff, but they're clubs. They're not on a level of, say, Latin King, man. They're not on
no,
the same
no.
level.
There, the one main thing too is nowadays, and I said this on TikTok, and I know I said this in one of my YouTube videos, and a guy was like, "Are you trying to tell? Are you really trying to tell us that motorcycle clubs don't run drugs anymore?" And I'm like, "No, they really truly don't."
No, they don't.
I'm like, back
Not
in the
as worried.
day, allegedly they did, but now, no. You got union workers, you got machine operators, and these guys aren't going to risk their families and their livelihood and their lives
When you
for
have
running drugs for a club.
no,
That shit don't run no more.
when
Which
you
brings
have
me to the fact: why are we all fighting over territory when ain't none of you running any shit? You ain't running no game. So what's the point?
yeah.
It's a dick measuring
Completely
contest, is what it
honest,
is.
completely honest, and I know I'll catch shit for this. They are doing it, and they still run on the assumption of what the older guys used to do.
Yeah, the past. Yeah,
They're
everybody's
run,
holding on to the
yeah,
past.
they're running on the past. They're running on the reputation of the
Yeah,
guys in the past.
yeah,
And I have to say, if you would think a club's a gang, you're freaking stupid because half the time they
agreed.
have trouble paying $50 a month for dues. If you're gonna talking about organized crime, I sure the hell would have been broke as hell because I wasn't making no
Right.
money.
And yeah, remember any ride that we got on? Yeah, how many times have we said it? And they call us organized crime because everything was all chaos. No, nothing, nothing was in order. There was
True.
no, there was nothing. Bikes are all over the place. Nobody knows where we're going, and it's like, yeah, but we're organized crime. Sure, yeah, we're real organized, all right.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
what's even more funnier is you were around the guy that I hold in really, really high regard. If we would have got caught doing anything, our ass would have been beat, put on the street, out
Oh
bad.
my God, I couldn't imagine making that man mad.
There was none of that stuff.
well, I
That's
was
for
Yeah,
gonna
I,
say the thing is that when you got like, for instance, like you have little guys like from IMP, TNS, Waddles, Latin Kings, whatever you want to say, these little kids will not hesitate to pull the trigger. Like,
oh
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 hell
heck,
no,
like
no.
Danny DLow said, like you said, these most club guys have jobs, kids, things. They don't
Uh-huh.
want to do something. They really don't.
No.
They can act all bad and everything. They really don't. Maybe one guy out of a whole
one
club
guy out of
might.
a chapter, we used to say.
Yeah, I
No.
mean,
And
but
thing
these
that we
It's
little
were
I used to get in arguments with the old guys back in the day in the clubhouses and stuff. No matter what, we all try to paint a better perception of the club life, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say there's not nights that we have to TCB. It is what it is. It comes with the territory. And there was so many times where they'd be talking about, yeah, man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and they'd look over at me because I wasn't even a member, and and they'd be like, yeah, man, you ready for this, bro? You ready for this? And I'm like, bro, I used to do more than this on a fucking Wednesday night because there was nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Like
there's
this
a lot
ain't
of
my
talk
first
around bar
rodeo, dude.
stools, but
What's that?
there's a lot of talk around the bar stools,
Oh,
and
there's a ton of it. I used to get in arguments with him all the time. I'm like, you talk all that shit about doing this and doing that. I'm like, bro, I was a gang member, man. We used to do this shit every night. Shootouts, drive-bys, all that
uh,
crap, man. You know?
SSW. Uh, could some of those things like territory, for example, be part of group traditions? Yeah, it is because they're living off the
Yeah.
past.
that's all it is.
Yeah, they're all living off the past because ain't nobody running no dope anymore. Ain't nobody running no game. So there's really no point of the territory crap. It's a measuring contest at this point.
Well, that's
That's all
about
it is.
all it is. Because if
No.
you say, for example, SSW, if they claimed territory like the South Side of Chicago, they'd learn real quick it ain't their territory.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm not bashing on clubs. What I'm trying to do is stand
no,
up.
it's just it's different. It's a big
I'm,
difference.
I'm standing up for
It's a
them,
whole
saying, "Hey,
different life.
they're
Yeah.
not gangs; they're clubs."
Yeah, there's a difference between having 50 guys that wear the same patch and one of them might be a killer compared to you've got 300 guys in the neighborhood and every single one of them will shoot you in the face for absolutely no reason. There's a huge difference between those kind of people. You know?
Oakland Latinos United do Nortino gang members join biker clubs. That's a
Oh, yeah.
West thing, man. That's a West thing.
I see many, especially now, because, all of us Gen X guys, we're hitting our 40s now, right? And, 40s and 50s, I believe.
Right.
And all of us are ex gang members. And that's what I've noticed, man. All my homies and shit that actually made it out the hood and we all grew up and we actually are still here and alive and free. Everybody's getting in the motorcycle club world because we miss that camaraderie, that brotherhood that we had in the hood, but we ain't trying to be involved in all that crazy drama bullshit. So it's almost like motorcycle clubs are honestly retirement for us old gang members.
Right.
It really is, because it's way more laid back. So yeah, you see many former gang members across the whole nation that join MCs now, and
Well,
usually those are the guys that are
it
out here
depends, though.
TCBing because we're used to it.
It depends, though. Like you just said, the older guys like us, we're mostly retired and stuff. But when you start throwing in gangbangers that are in their early 20s into a club,
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem we're seeing right now too. You got some young bucks that are getting involved in these clubs, and some of these clubs that I won't mention are having members in their club that don't even have a motorcycle, but because these dudes are down they're down to pull a trigger, they're like, fuck it, bro, put our colors on and represent us. And now you've got gangbanger actions going on the street in the club world.
Well, it's
You
like
got drive-bys, you got
it's like
people
Will
running
said.
each other off the road and all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's like Will said. He says it's messed up because almost everyone knows a member personally in another club, but then they have to draw a line.
Yeah,
and it's so true.
he's right.
You know people in
the
all the other
best
clubs.
thing
Yeah, he's
Wheels
absolutely right.
that is being an ex-club guy. Yeah, I had my where I had to get used to things after the club because I would look at another guy, be like, "Oh man, that's we used to call them different things." But anyway,
Yeah.
I get to talk to whoever
That is hard.
I get to talk to whoever I want, and I love it.
Still
People
to
ask,
this day, Hollywood, I have a hard time talking with that certain club that I know you're talking about. Like, these guys hit me up on TikTok, like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" And I'm just like, "Boy, what's up, man?" I had one call me, and he was talking to me, and he invited me to their clubhouse. Really cool guy, awesome dude. He's like, "Man, my whole chapter, I have all my prospects watch you. We love your shit, man. We love the way you handle yourself." A lot of the 1% clubs like the way I do my thing because I don't exploit it. I don't go too far in the explanations and the answers. I give you a basic ground to get your foot in the door. After that, it's on you. And they like that about me, and it's awesome. I love the respect I get from everybody. But still, man, when they call me, dude, I'm just like, yeah, what's up, man? What's going on,
They're
dude?
just different lifestyles, man.
And
They're
it
just different
sucks because
lifestyles.
it's programmed in your head. These guys are no different than me, you, Carlos, anybody, but it's programmed in your head.
you're asking about a club, everybody out there, don't join one. Don't join it. Go join a riding club. Go join Hog, A-Bait. They ride more anyway.
I
Or
like llama. I like llama.
Llama is a bad.
Lava is awesome.
I love. I mean,
Yeah, Llama's cool.
yeah,
Llama's
cool.
a badass organization. Came right out of
it. They
heart.
actually and they ride. They ride like just.
Yeah, they do. I remember
ride.
the Llama chapter over by Fullerton and Kedzie in Chicago. I think their clubhouse was, or still is. I don't know. But they used to have a penthouse downtown Chicago. Like everybody would go out, kick it, have a good time, and bring all the girls back to the penthouse and party. Dude, I tell you what, man, those dudes are a lot of fun, man.
Oh, anybody.
And they have girls in the association also. Here in San Antonio, the president of the Llama is a woman.
That's an association.
No shit.
It ain't a club. It ain't a ride.
Yeah,
yeah, it's association. So
Yeah.
I mean, That's what I like about it. It's, I mean, they're saying it's
Latin American
America's
Motorcycle
Motorcycle
Association.
Association. Yeah, someone
It's a
was
badass
writing.
organization. I would tell everybody join something like that because,
Yeah.
quite frankly, everybody's overthinking this club stuff. You're gonna go broke, and a lot of people don't have the heart to do what they want to do.
Or you can join BADA.
You know, personally, I would never tell anybody don't join a motorcycle club just because everybody's got to experience all this life on their own. You know, they may experience something different than me and Hollywood did, you know, and Carlos. So I'm not going to tell you not to join a motorcycle club, but I'll give you my personal opinion that they're right. You know, Hollywood's right. You know, join a riding club or some kind of a group or something like that that's more chill. There's zero politics. You're not really hanging around the dominants and the supports and all that. You're not getting involved in all that. You're just riding with your brothers on the weekend, having a good time and loving life the way it really has always supposed to have been and the way it should be. But I'm not going to tell you not to join an MC because you know what? I believe everybody's got to experience that life on their own. You know, you might get involved in an MC and it might be a certain chapter or a certain club and it might be the best thing that's ever happened in your life. You're not going to know it until you try it. Or you might get involved and be like, well, those dudes were right. Fuck that. You know,
Well,
either way, man, try it
and
out.
also
Experience it.
learning about stuff. I mean, like they go off of information off the internet, right? Like stuff that we say.
Right.
Just go
Uh,
to the local Harley dealership, see people with their cuts on, go approach people, go to a clubhouse.
Man, I ain't going to no Harley dealership. Get the hell out of here.
You can barely walk as it is. You'll be huffing and puffing.
I
and
can
sweating
walk
like a
just
freaking
fine,
hog.
sir. Believe me, I can walk
Yeah.
fine.
Shit. That's a wheelchair you're on. That's what it is.
Shit. Get the
Electric
hell out of here.
wheelchair.
I ain't there yet. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Geo is right. If you want to join a club, hang around at least a year. But the problem with that, Geo, is most people don't want to wait a year to be able to get a patch. That's
Nope. They want to get a patch tomorrow morning. I want to be in the club right now.
Now, there's a lifer of
nah,
a club. I told, I think Hollywood. I mean, he was a hang around for 14 years. 14 years hang around, and he's still alive. He's still in the club after 40 years.
Yeah. Wow.
That guy,
That's cool.
He's awesome.
People have no idea how important the hang around process is, man. It's so important to you because that's your time to realize, okay, is this the club for me? Are these the guys I want to surround myself with? Is this the politics and bullshit I want to get involved in? You know, do I want them to represent me as well as I represent them? Like, you know, that's your time to figure all that out. Once you start prospecting, then that's the club's time to figure out who you are.
What I
And
can tell you is there's more politics than riding in a club.
Well, yeah.
You
And
ain't
the other thing
lying,
is you gotta
man.
remember when you
You
join
are
a
not
club,
lying.
you're bringing your old lady mixed involved with some club business crap that you don't want
Yeah,
to get
make sure
involved
she's good with it too.
Well,
Yeah.
but also, if you're riding, your lady's riding with you, and you cross a certain area,
Yep.
and now she's brought into, her safety's in online too. So you got to remember the whole effect on everybody, not just on
With me
yourself.
when I was around the group over in Chicago, I never brought my wife with me at all. Never.
Right.
I mean, it's
No.
safer that way. But that's the
Yeah, when I was in the club, I never
kind of
brought my
kills it
lady
though,
around.
too.
My lady, like I would bring my woman around. I'd bring my old lady around my chapter. You know, we'd have barbecues, stuff like that, hang out. Then I'd bring the old lady with because it was just us. We're all family. It's all good. But yeah, to like parties and events and meetups and all that. No, your old lady don't belong with you. I've never been a big fan of property patches and shit, just for that fact because now you're putting that woman in danger, man. That's your woman, dude. Your job as a fucking man is to protect your woman. That's how I've always been brought up, and that's who I am and how I am. I will protect my woman with my life. My ex-woman that I'm not even with no more just had a little situation, and I was mad as hell because I just found out about it. Because I still feel it's my job to protect her. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in putting your old lady on the bike and you're all just cruising around. Yeah, la la. You want to put your old lady on the bike and cruise around and leave your colors at home. You know, there's nothing wrong with just taking a Sunday ride just because you're in a 1% club or any club. All right. Just because you're in an MC does not mean you have to wear your colors 24/7. I know a lot of guys think that way, and I agree with you guys to a certain point. Don't get it twisted. But when you got your old lady with you, or even just a female that you met at the bar and you're trying to get wet, bro, don't put your colors on to show off and look cool, because if something pops off, that girl's the one getting killed. Case in
Well,
point,
look in
Florida.
Florida.
Case in point, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida and Indiana, actually, yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, case in point, here you got a beautiful old lady that's got kids, got a family. She's on the back of the bike with her old man, and he starts some stupid shit. The other team starts some stupid shit. Now she's dead. Now she's gone. Kids ain't got no mom. Family ain't got no sister, no aunt, no cousin. I mean, that's stupid. That was ignorant to me. That's purely ignorant. You putting people in a situation they don't belong in.
Then Wheel said, I think most MC members would end up being loners rather than riding with a non-one percenters. I think a lot of dudes, turn toward MCs because they are already outsiders.
Yeah, in a way.
I don't like riding with a big group of people I don't know, but I'll ride with like my boys, just
Yeah.
a handful of them.
Yeah, those days of riding and like doing doing like a bar run or a pub crawl or whatever, like those days, nope, not doing it. If I don't know you, I ain't riding with you, beside you. I'll meet you. I'll meet you over there, but I ain't riding with you. I don't know you.
Oh, people, I get invited and I go on twisties or something, and then they all want to ride like they don't even know how to ride the twisties, man.
Or they try to keep up with you, and now you got to go back and catch up to them and call an ambulance because this dumbass crashed.
I actually had someone reach out to me on on my email. He watches the show and he wanted to meet up, so we met up. Him and one of my boys, and poor guy, man, he was trying to keep up, but then I didn't notice that he was struggling, and he was sweating bullets, white knuckling. And almost killed him a couple of times. So then I slowed down and I was ready. I go, hey, let us know you don't have to show off or anything. You tell me if, hey, you're not a strong rider, man. We'll ride with your speed, man. We're just riding all chill, and you gotta let me know.
I remember I had a guy. He was in one of the smaller clubs around here. Hollywood definitely knows them, but I won't mention them. But they're a cool club. I think they might be a support club now, but they never were. But they've been around a long time. And this guy, at the time, I thought he was cool. He turned out to be a piece of shit. But he was in this club, and me and my old lady ran into him, and he was with his old lady. So he came out riding with me. We're on our way to Milwaukee. And at the time, for the longest time, I've always been a hard rider. Like, I ride fast. I've always rode like a one percenter. That's who brought me in this game, man. I've always rode like that. So 100 mile an hour everywhere I go. That's how I used to be. And we're cruising, man. And I mean, we get to a gas station and this guy's old lady is bitching. She's mad. She wouldn't say nothing to me though, but she's bitching at him like, why are you riding like that? Why are you trying to keep up with him? I mean, I had this boy, he's scraping his floorboards on every corner on a back road, and his bike's barely keeping up. We're doing 100 mile an hour, just fucking rolling, and she's like, I laughed so hard. I'm like, see, and I looked at my old lady at the time and I said, see, that's the difference between guys like me and guys that are in a small club. They're used to riding the speed limit, doing maybe 60, maybe 70. They're not hitting the corners hard. They're just cruising, he was mad as hell. He was okay with it, but she didn't like it at all. She was all types of upset.
No. And I like I said, I ride hard in general. If you look at my videos, sometimes obviously my speed limit, whatever I'm riding shows, and they hit over 110 or so. But I mean,
I heard you do everything hard.
I do. You did talk to my old lady.
Well, we had a great. We know each other very well now. We talked for like an hour and a half this morning. It was ridiculous. We're like a couple of chicken heads, just fucking. Oh my god, girl! Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm telling you, man. That's why I said people have to, worry about her. She'll take care of herself, man.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we're coming up on an hour, guys. I got to get off of this. I got to get some videos uploaded.
All right, man.
All right, guys. But guys, in the comment sections, thank you very much. But also, like,
much love and respect, guys.
make sure you guys do your own due diligence. There's ways of life. There's different ways of life. So till next week, any final words there, Dan? I didn't talk too much today. My throat's killing me. So
Yeah, I don't really have any final words, man. Just ride your bikes. Or, we're coming up on spring finally, at least here in the Midwest.
stay
And
safe.
yeah, that's what they say
spring
that,
break
that
right
we're
now,
coming
all
up
the
on
snowbirds,
spring.
man.
But
You gotta be careful of all the snowbirds right now, like
yeah,
guys in Chicago coming
you
down to
do.
Florida and Texas, man. They just don't know
Yeah,
how to drive and
yeah.
do all that stuff.
So ride safe, guys. Remember, we're just starting to get back on the road here now pretty soon. So everybody forgot about us. So remember that. Remember that they don't remember to look for us just yet.
well,
So be safe, be cautious, pay attention to everything around you and your surroundings, and real safe, y'all. Much
and
love and
last thing,
respect.
I hit my 10,000 subscribers, so then I'm gonna do a giveaway next week, live giveaway. It's gonna be a motor horn. So anybody in the
Nice.
comment section, if you go to one of my recent videos, put hashtag Get Wild down there. You'll be in the raffle for a motor horn. And we can probably do it on Thursday. I'll do a live Thursday night or something.
Nice. I'll have to pay attention to that. You guys
Yeah.
head over to Wild on Twos, man, and check it out.
Same thing. Check out Danny DLow's TikToks and his YouTube channel.
For
And
sure,
until
for
next
sure.
week, much love and respect. Peace.
Peace.